how to make a snowflake out of paper bags. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I'm going to make mine out of these brown paper bags because I think it'll be easier for you to see. And I'm using 8 bags. And I'm going to draw my design on the first bag, and then I'm going to cut the design and use it to cut the rest of the bags as I glue them together. So I have several patterns that I've drawn that I'm going to make into a template for you, that you can borrow these ideas and use them on your bags as well. And I think that I'm going to try this design next. So I'll set this right here so you can kind of see what I'm doing as I draw. I have the folded part of the bag down. So let's draw our pattern, and it does not have to be exact, but I am going to try to make it as symmetrical as possible. So I'm going to make kind of 2 zigzaggy things like this that come on over to the edge. Zigzag, zigzag, and then to the edge. And the edges, I'm not going to cut those loose. I'm going to leave them so that they hook together. Then I'm going to make a deep, kind of a U shape here. Maybe that'll make it a little more open feeling when I have it all made. I think any pattern will look good. It's kind of like making paper snowflakes. You cut the pattern, when you open them up, it's always a cool surprise. I think I'll make a V in next, and then another little U shape, and then I'm cutting this down into this folded part of the bag on the bottom. I don't think that will make any difference. I was going to try to make holes in the center, but when I made my first one, I found out how hard it is to cut through the center of the snowflakes. So I'm not going to try that. Okay, so there's my pattern. So I'm putting my first bag down here. Whoops, they're stuck together. And all we do is lay a strip of hot glue in an upside down T shape. It goes down the center of the bag and down the edge of the bottom of the bag. So it takes quite a bit of hot glue to make a bag, but it works really well. So 1, 2 bags. And this will be my 3rd bag. I'm going to put the pattern on top now. So let's cut these shapes out. Now, even with 3 bags, this kind of gets to be kind of hard. I wouldn't want to do any more than 3 bags at a time. I'm sure some people can do more, but oh, this is much easier above the fold line, of course. I was thinking this would be a really good craft to use if you're a teacher and need to decorate your room. Or you can tell I'm in teacher mode. I used to be a home ec teacher, and I would help with prom decorations, and I thought, wouldn't these look so nice decorating a prom? And if you had a winter wonderland type of theme, you could hang them from the ceiling, and they're so large, and they're inexpensive, and they're fast to make. It's like, how can you beat that? So I think it would decorate any room and really fill up the space if you hung them from the ceiling. All right, that looks really good. I'm excited to see what this looks like folded out. All right, so now we're going to glue some more bags together and glue this one on top, and then we'll use that one as our pattern. There, we're going to do 1, 2. You can really feel the heat through the bag, so be careful not to burn yourself, because the bags are very thin. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll do the last one. Now we'll put the one that we've already cut on top, and we're going to use that as a pattern. Oops, got a little glue poking out there. Careful not to burn your fingers on that. I'm telling you that, I'm telling myself that. Now we're going to use this top bag as our pattern to cut the bottom bags. And I have 3 more underneath there, so this will be 6 bags total. I like this brown color. I don't think of that as a typical Christmas color, but I think when we decorate with so many neutrals for Christmas now, it would just look really pretty with the red. So the beige, the white, and the red would look really good together. And green. But you wouldn't have to use traditional colors either. You could use blues and other colors, and it would go well with that too. Okay, we'll glue a couple more bags on the bottom of this, and then we will be able to unfold it and do our hot glue down the center, across the bottom in a T, and I need another glue stick. All right, now I'll put this top bag on. Cut the bottom 2 bags out. Kids would enjoy doing this craft with you. You may have to help younger ones with the hot glue. That would be exciting to open these up. I'm excited to open them up. I guess I'm just a big kid. I have to say that the easiest thing to cut out is these little V's. So if you're doing this with kids, I would recommend cutting V's into this instead of doing circles and scoops and things. All right, there we go. Are you excited? I'm excited. It is the debut of our brown snowflake. It's being stubborn. I have to fluff it up. There's a couple of the tips that are sticking together that aren't supposed to be. There we go. Yeah, I think this 8 bags is a good amount. Make it nice and full. That looks so good. I have a couple different ideas on how to attach these. Of course, you can just lay a strip of glue along here like we've done before, and then bring this up and over and attach it carefully, putting your hands in a couple of the bags, and then I'd go a little bit further than that, like that. Okay, and then letting that glue connect. The hot glue, that's one way that you could do it. But that way causes you to have to throw these away if you're done. If you want to reuse them, there is another idea I'm going to try. So for the second method, I'm going to try gluing a piece of ribbon to the back of the bag and the front of the bags. Okay, when that's cooled off, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to glue another ribbon to this side of the bag. Okay, so lay that ribbon down here. Oops, it's a little bit long. So now just one strip of glue down that ribbon. I'm not going to do the bottom edge. I'm going to bring this around. And I'm going to glue that together, put my hand into one of the bags. Be real careful, you don't want to get hot glue on you. End of the season, I can just pull these apart and keep the bag. Fold it back up, put it with my Christmas supplies, and use it again next year. Now you can laugh at me if you like to. So to hang my bag, I'm going to use a hole punch and make a hole at the top. And because I want to reuse these bags, I'm going to use some of these little hole reinforcement tabs. I don't think you need to do that, but again, I'm going to be using mine for a longer period of time, so I think I'm going to appreciate having these little reinforcement tabs. We used to have these all the time when I was a kid in school, and I always keep some on hand because I do like to use these occasionally. So that protects my hole at the top, and that's the same two bags where I used this ribbon, so I will remember which ones I need to take apart at the end of the season. And you can either use some little twine, or I do have some clear like fish line. That would also work nicely if you don't want to see the tie at the top. But I'm going to use this twine, just let it go through the hole, and make this however long you want to for where it will, depending on where you're going to hang it. And I just take the two strings together at the same time and make one knot like that. And there I have a hanger for my snowflake. So this is the design we got with this pattern. I made another one out of white paper bags, and I used this pattern right here. So you can kind of see the ends. Oh, there's the hole that I have. This one I just glued the bags together. So this one's permanent, and I'm going to use some fish line in this one and use it in my front window of my house. So this is how to make a snowflake out of paper bags. I love how this turned out. For more craft ideas and a full tutorial, come on over to welcometonana's.com and come join the fun.